Hello, it's me. I'm back. So, my last video was about my birthday, and if I'm being honest, my birthday was good. I realized that the importance of a birthday isn't the fact that it's simply important by itself, but what truly matters is the fact that people care enough to believe that it's important. So, if you have anyone in your life that's just willing to celebrate your birthday, it's gonna be a good day. But now on to the real big issues. I'm a bit worried about what's going on in America right now. Now, I'm an American. I live in America currently. And I never really cared about politics that much. That's my own personal fault. No one else is at fault. That's something you have to take responsibility for yourself. But even as a young man, I'm young right now, but I should have still cared about it far more than I did. And I didn't want Donald Trump to win. I wanted Kamala to win, even though I didn't really believe in her as much as I would maybe someone else. I didn't even think she was gonna win simply on the fact that she was a woman because of sexism and all that. But let me get back on topic. Currently, Donald Trump has done, if not the most, one of the most amount of executive orders on his first day or first week in office. And a lot of this has to do with his promises about deportation, government spending, and all that. And a lot of people are under the belief that this is good. I am under the opposite belief. So first of all, I do have a problem with some of the deportation stuff that is going on because it's being claimed that people are trying to raid ICE is trying to raid schools and raid hospitals for people who are immigrants or people who have come to the country illegally. I, I think that there's a few problems with that. First of all, schools is children, and second of all, is hospitals. Now, I do have a strong amount of belief in our nurses, healthcare takers, and our teachers and educators to not cave under the pressure of ICE, the attempt to grab people who are either injured or so young that they don't even have a finished high school education. But I have seen a tweet done by a supposed uh, Texas teacher who was speaking about their own students, claiming that they're in their 11th grade and they don't speak English that well. Who was saying I should come, which is worrying because she's worrying. And with the combination of, well, if you don't know that there was a little bit of a fiasco going on with the U.S. and Colombia. U.S. attempted to send certain immigrants back to Colombia, but Colombia denied them. Now, most of the time when you're watching a news website or a news channel, this is where the sentence will stop. But if you but you should do a little bit more research. Like I haven't done that much research, but I did do a little bit. If you go to the Washington Post YouTube channel, it's a small short that you can watch, and it will explain that Colombia claims the reason why they didn't want the deportees or immigrants back is because of the fact that they were sent in inhumane conditions. This includes them being shackled like or um, prisoners or lawbreakers. Now, another problem is that we currently don't know if these people were prisoners or lawbreakers, but they were still shackled as if though there were, and there was about 35 of them sent back. Now, there was a bit of threats of tariffs going around the east side. Donald Trump started off. Colombia did another tariff threatened back, but it ended up with Colombia just folding and instead sending their own planes to go and get their deportees back and take them back to Colombia. So, a big worry of mine personally is that while we're going through with the action of mass deportations, is that first of all, this is going to happen very heavy handedly, and I don't believe it's gonna be as straightforward as people believe. Now, a big problem is that a lot of people currently believe that a lot of people who are immigrants are also just criminals in general, like a large amount, which would explain why they wouldn't care how they're sent back or how they're treated, which is a very large problem because they're completely ignoring the innocent people, whether it be adults or children. So what's gonna happen is that America will be able to treat them how they want, and no one's gonna care because they've already claimed and classified them as criminals through media, and it's already been classified and claimed to be criminals in the minds of the people. Now, so what would that mean? That would mean a lot of people would be treated unwell, and that's very worrying. Now, another thing is that Elon Musk is going to be in the government. Now, apparently, his job is going to be about financial funding, and it's not even going to be that big. That's what they claimed at first. But it's really worrying. A few of the things he did. First of all, when he got Twitter, he claimed to make it more free speech oriented. And I believe free speech is very important, but whenever free speech well, whenever people claim they want free speech back, the first thing they do is start disrespecting minorities, whether it be those of sexual orientation, racial orientation, or disrespecting women in general. And while I was on Elon's new Twitter, I even saw accounts that were very racially insensitive, which there was one that was just a racist account about black people taking L's, which it was called. And he's flirted with a lot of different, which isn't, it's not, he's not stating black people are bad or Jewish people are bad or stuff like that, but he has flirted with this by doing stuff which we all know that people constantly do if you pay attention closely. Well, not even that closely, but stuff like DEI, woke, and things like that. And apparently, he even has a trans daughter, I believe, and he doesn't really like her that much, which is also worrying because we already know he's biased. And you guys saw the clip, right? The inauguration clip. Yeah. Now, it'd be one thing if all of these things were separate and they weren't attached to one person, but with the fact that he's a man with not just a large amount of money, but now he's getting a large amount okay, well, he already had a large amount of influential power by owning Twitter and renaming it X, but he gained even more power now as he's a political figure, even though he was appointed and not elected. And he did what a lot of people are claiming is a Roman salute, which I find very hard to believe. And a lot of people are claiming, well, he's autistic, he didn't know what he was doing. A lot of people even claiming that it's AI or the fact that he was giving his heart out to the people. I personally don't believe that because, well, I can't say anything for a fact, but this feels like the type of thing someone would do if they wanted to appear like something for certain people, but they also wanted plausible deniability for another certain group of people. Now, why would they do such a thing? Well, if they wanted the support of the die-hard supporters who followed their political beliefs, it would be easy for those same people with those same political beliefs to say, "Hey, man, he's just like us. Woo woo." It's really easy to see. And then with the people who don't share his same political beliefs, he could say, I didn't do that, or he could joke about it. And another thing is that those people who are in the middle, he could claim that same thing and they probably wouldn't care as much. Now, I say now a lot. I should really get rid of that. I should find another transitioning word. But another big issue going on is, oh man, I can't think right now. I guess that's the end of the video. I'll talk about something tomorrow, I guess. I might talk about more of a fun topic. I didn't really want to do this, to be honest. I just felt like it was important for me to bring my own thoughts into the equation. But yeah, I feel like we're in a big amount of trouble. Also, Trump fired the people who were attempting to create a case against him while he was running for the election. This isn't the case that actual convictions were made on. This was a different case attempting to be created by I believe a few of the judges, an investigative judge or something of that matter. But the point is that I feel as though we're going into a direction where a man who is very racially insensitive, who hosts a site that you can say is getting a bit more racist than it was even before, is gaining power in the government. And this extremely rich man is also buddy buddy with the extremely rich president and the other extremely rich people in the government who are claiming to create a scapegoat in the form of immigrants so that they can gain as much power as they want and they can do as they want while again using the people of immigration as a scapegoat. And they can cheaply do this by giving them horrible conditions because they've already labeled these people as criminals and people of wrongdoing, even the children or the old people. And it'll just be easy for them to do whatever they want as long as they promise to make the bad guy that they've constructed punished. So, yeah, that's it.